Hey guys, don't forget to go like and subscribe to this podcast on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. We'd also love to hear feedback and questions from our listeners about today's episode. Feel free to shoot us an email at askSoSheSaid@gmail.com or SoSheSaidShow on Instagram. And without further ado, let's get this party started. Hey guys, welcome back to So She Said. I'm Asha.
I'm Tam.
Bret, motherfucking Bret Kavanaugh, you have officially managed to make it back onto a third episode where we mention your stupid ass.
Yep, guys, I told you when we first brought this to the table that I just learned about this guy and all the things I learned I did not fucking like. And here we are again, learning new things. Last week we learned that he had an accuser of, some sexual inappropriateness.
Yeah, dude.
This week we learned there are several more people. And also we heard his little testimony. So, how did you feel? Firstly, did you watch Mrs. Ford? Did you watch her testimony?
I did.
Let's just get it out the way. How do you feel about hers?
Okay, I'm just gonna be real with y'all for a second. I watched her testimony this morning rather, and the shit made me cry. Like, I was like, whoa, like, you know what I mean? That's crazy, like, that this happened to her. Like, and then I feel like she's telling the truth.
Me too.
But you know what? Like, I had a conversation with a friend the other day, like, literally yesterday, about the situation. He's like, oh, so what do you think about that Bret Kavanaugh thing, da-da-da-da-da? Don't you think she's lying? And let me tell you, that struck a real fucking nerve for me. You know what I mean? Like, because I was like, why would she be lying? What reason does she have to lie? Like, and he was like, I mean, like, she's really about to ruin his whole career off some shit. Like, if it really happened to her, then why didn't she say something a long time ago? And I'm just like, it doesn't really fucking matter when she decides to say her truth and when this shit happened to her. But that doesn't take away from the fact that it did happen to her. And, like, to be honest, it struck a nerve for me because I've been sexually assaulted before. Like, and it's not something that I talk about all the time. You know what I mean? Like, it really struck a fucking nerve with me. I'm just like, the shit happened to me like 10 years ago or so. And it's something that very, very few people know. Like one or two close friends. Now you, I guess. But like, like I'm just barely talking about the shit. And the shit happened 10 years ago. So it didn't happen to me because I'm just now choosing to say something about it. Like, that's preposterous. Like,
I feel like she negated that in the beginning by saying that she knows that it happened a long time ago and that she could have said something. But now she felt like it was her civic duty, like as a citizen in this country, to not let this guy be elevated to the highest court in the land. Like, if you knew that somebody did something to you, be it fucked up or not, be it terrible, be it a crime, right? And maybe you just feel like, oh, that you were both young, and maybe she did agree with you guys for much of her life up to this point. Like, oh, well, his life shouldn't be ruined off something that just happened. I'm okay. I'm not dead. I'm, emotionally scarred or whatever, but I'll get over it. I'll just bottle it up or whatever. And he's going on living his life, but he wasn't fucking in the Supreme Court justice, or he didn't run for president. So maybe when those type of things happen, people feel like they need to come forward, like, because there's something in the balance.
Exactly. This is exactly how I was talking about this shit earlier, dude. Like, in my mind, if I knew that this man who was going to potentially be a chair in the Supreme Court, he's out here saying that women shouldn't be pro-choice and they shouldn't be able to control their bodies. You've got me fucked up. You didn't give me a fucking choice in what happened to me.
And now you're trying to make this kind of shit a law?
You tried to control me and my body then. You think I'm going to let you ruin other people's lives too? And have control over their say? They don't get a say either, like I didn't. So those other women don't get a say like I didn't. Like, okay, cool. No, I'm not going to let that happen. She is so fucking brave, dude. Like, and the fucking sad part is that, like, I went on my Instagram and I was just looking earlier today, and there's over 1.4 million women using #MeToo. Like, and who knows how many more are out there that just are choosing not to say anything. Because when the hashtag first came out, I'm just like, I'm not doing this shit. For what? Why do people need to know my business? Why do people need to know what happened to me? But I just thought about it today, and I'm just like, I don't necessarily think it's people knowing your business. It's just spreading awareness that, like, yeah, that shit happened to me too. Like, you don't even have to dive deeper into what happened in that circumstance, but just like showing your support for like that community of women and shit. Like, it's really fucked up. And you know what I mean? Like, for people to sit here and say that she didn't do that shit is wild to me. I mean, that he didn't do that shit, not she, but you guys know what I mean. Like, it's just, it's crazy. Like,
and like, I hate to put stereotypes on women, but I know how people are, especially like when things like this happen in the public and there are cameras involved. If this woman was like a Stormy Daniels type, a Monica Lewinsky type, a fucking anybody like regular girl who like stay-at-home mom type, okay, maybe I would put a little bit more on the side of, oh,
more
well, maybe,
skepticism.
Yeah, like maybe the FBI should investigate. Maybe we don't know. But the fact that this woman is a fucking professor and she's a professional and she's educated, she has nothing to gain from going out here and telling like this sob story and trying to get you guys sympathy. She's not trying to write a book. She's not trying to be on fucking reality TV. Like, she doesn't gain anything from this. She probably didn't want her family to know about this.
But you know what? I'm just gonna say this. I don't think it really mattered if it was like a Stormy Daniels type of chick, a Kim Kardashian type of chick. If you know what I mean? I just think that we have to stop putting women in a place of doubt when they say that they were sexually assaulted.
No, I agree.
In general, like, because at the end of the day, like, your name's gonna get tarnished. People are gonna call you a slut or a whore, say you asked for it, you know what I mean, and so on and so forth. Like, and it's fucked up at the end of the day. Like, you really don't know how, I guess, another person feels until you've been in a situation like that. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no, of course I agree with that. I just mean public, like the public's view of how they look at people. Like, when you are more known as like a sexy person, or you have this personality, or you have a certain type of job, or you're on a certain career path, people tend to believe you less, or put all of those things, like you said, like, oh,
sexy people get raped too.
Yeah, like, but people tend not to believe that. But this lady is like the prime example of what you guys say women are supposed to be, right? And it happened to her, and you still don't believe her. So what does that say is what I'm saying. Like, I get what you guys mean when, okay, girls come up and they tell you, oh, that they were sexually assaulted and that's why they grew up to be this way, or maybe they grew up and they were a little bit more promiscuous, stuff like that, because they kept it in. And you don't believe those girls because of their own actions. That's totally different than this person. You have no dirt on this person. You can't bring up no past shit that she's done to try to justify what the fuck happened like you do to other women. You can't do it in this.
People are like, I mean, she could be getting paid to say all this stuff, and she very well could be. Let's just put all the cards on the table.
She could, but couldn't he be getting paid too to be a Supreme Court justice for fucking Donald Trump?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying here. Like, but I truthfully don't feel like this woman is playing that field. I feel like she's genuine. I felt everything that she was saying when she was talking about it. Now, who I didn't feel was Bret when he was going on about every reason why he couldn't have possibly have done it. When he laid out his diary of events. What the fuck, bro? You know you just wrote that shit up in the car.
I was like,
this is a preserved item from when you were fucking 17 years old.
I was like, did he get this from a time capsule? How do we know that this? Did anybody do a dating technique on this paper? How old is this paper?
Shut the fuck up, Bret Kavanaugh. Every word that came out of his mouth, he was like, yeah, like the one I didn't really drink beer, but I drank beer with my friends, but not like that.
And I like beer, and I drink beer. I still like beer, but I never drank too much. I'm like, what the fuck?
Huh? And then he just, all the lies, I feel like I just caught every single lie that was coming out of his mouth. How he was saying like, oh, I went to prep school and, we didn't run in the same social circles. So I wouldn't have seen her anyways. We wouldn't have went to the same parties. Since when did people from the same high school only interact with people from their high school?
And he went to an all-boys school, so of course you would need new girls around all the time.
That's what I'm saying. But he's like, oh, there was a girls' Catholic street down the school, and we would just mingle with them. Like, yeah, I'm sure. But, let's be real about this. You go to a high school party and you're going to see people from a couple different high schools, right?
But
or it depends on the high school.
That's not what I got from that. What I got from that, him talking about that, was trying to like, were you even trying to imply that she's a loser, or like that you were better than her, so you would never be at a party that she was at, like that she's a nobody? Because why would you say that? Like, I went to a prep school and I would have never. We didn't run in the same circles. Like, oh, so she's not cool enough.
Yeah, I went to prep school. Fuck you. Like, what does that mean? He's like, I know this person. I have these friends that are women. And I'm just like, that's just like saying like, oh, I have a black friend. I'm not racist.
Yes, like there are plenty of women I haven't raped. Just ask them, okay? Women work for me. He's a creep.
To me, the women in the audience look so annoyed and pissed off.
Yes, they did. They looked over it.
Like,
Kamala Harris was over it. Like, okay, she asked him, did he watch Mrs. Ford's testimony? He was like, no. She said, that's all I need to hear. He kept trying to explain. He was like, I haven't watched it yet, but I plan to. She was like, that's all I need to hear. Thank you. Thank you. No more time.
That's insane to me.
Lindsey Graham, how did you feel about that? Him like trying to defend him, screaming and saying that the Democrats are just trying to use this so they can win the election for themselves, and they're trying to destroy him. And that Dianne Feinstein, like, this is all a setup. This is all a scam. Like,
I don't know, dude. I just feel like it's another cry from the Republican side, to be very honest. But I'm like, there's more than politics. Well, actually, let me be real about this. There's nothing more than politics here, because I feel like that, even maybe I think too deep for my own good. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but I watch shit like House of Cards and stuff like that.
Okay, me too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it just really gets my mind to thinking about shit like this. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, she may have, like, this situation, I'm pretty sure did happen to her. But I'm like, what if there was somebody that found this woman, like, you know what I mean? Like, in the middle of nowhere and paid her to do this, that, and the third. I can see the other side of this argument. You know what I mean? As a woman, I just take more empathy to her situation and what she went through, because I'm just like, I can't say that somebody made that shit up, because you know what I mean? Yeah. I've been through my own shit. But like, like, it's just weird out here.
And the other senator saying like, this is no country for creepy old men and creepy young men, but we need an investigation. And then Lindsey Graham was screaming about that. We could have asked him. We could have gotten an investigation if you wanted to, but you shouldn't try to destroy this person. And it's like, they asked for an investigation from the beginning. That's what the lady who testified, that's what she asked for. She didn't even want to come testify. She was like, do an investigation first. And then if they conclude, whatever they conclude, then I'll come testify. And they didn't want to do that because they're trying to rush this vote. So I don't understand now for them to bring that up. And I don't really get why they're still going forward with this. Like, does the fact that she even came out mean nothing?
It's not like he's going to get arrested. What's going to really happen to this man after this shit's all said and done? Nothing.
But, like, does he still get to be a Supreme Court justice after all of this? After everything that happened, all the stuff that came out about him, other ladies coming
Listen,
forward.
Our president of the fucking United States said he likes to grab women by their pussies and this, that, and the third. Like, he has a weird obsession with his daughter. He's him. Donald Trump is him, and he's our president right now. Like, he's openly said this shit. Like,
yes.
And for him to be our president, I don't doubt that Kavanaugh could still be on the Supreme Court and have a seat.
And then I saw him. I don't know when the footage was from, but I saw a video of Trump, and he's just saying like, oh, okay, but this is a very dangerous time, like all these women just coming out of the woodwork. He was like, from 26 years ago, they could just come out. How would you feel? He's like, people aren't feeling very safe. And I'm like, men aren't feeling very safe. First of all, let's just get that clear. Second, you're trying to say like, how long is too long? Because you want to know, like, for who? For yourself? Or because, like, basically all the guys that you knew and hung out with are going down left and right for these sexual allegations. And they're guilty of things that you yourself have done.
Why would he say, yes, I did it? Why? Why would he say that? You know what? Even fucking Bill Cosby, this Bill Cosby shit too. Like, there's people, and I think a while ago, like, I was like, I don't know if Bill did that, Yeah. Like, they're really just attacking this, innocent black man. He's old. Like, why would you need to put him in jail? Whatever. Like, that's how I used to think. But, like, no, like, he admitted that he dragged those women.
Yeah.
If you admitted the shit, the words left this man's mouth, why defend him? Put him in jail. You did wrong.
Okay, on the Bill Cosby thing, I'm kind of conflicted because, okay, I agree with what you said. And I watched the documentary, and it was from, like, the BBC, so it had nothing to do with America and, like, our conspiracy theory about the government and black men or whatever. So it's completely, like, I guess as close to unbiased as we can get. And these women coming forward, and they all had stories of, like, interactions with Bill Cosby, and they all ended similarly. Like, they agreed to leave with him, or they met him somewhere, and they agreed to go somewhere else with him, and they were having drinks, they were having a good time, and then they started to feel tired, whatever, and they passed out, and they woke up, and they were aware that someone had had sex with them, and, you know, what have you. So
they're saying that they can't prove that the sexual actions happened, right?
I guess, but to more or less, yeah, they are, because they're like, okay, I left with him. One lady specifically, she was a Playboy waitress. I guess they used to have a Playboy club. She was a bunny there. Her and her homegirl, I guess Bill Cosby, like one of them, he invites them to leave with him. They go to like some other club, and they leave, and they go to some townhouse in Hollywood, and they have drinks, pass out. He has sex with them, as far as she's concerned, and when she wakes up, he's like, you know, get a cab and go home or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that you didn't sign up for that, and that's not what you wanted, but then on the other side of it, I have to think me and what I would do, and a logical person I try to be. Bill Cosby was famous, super famous back then, and he was black the whole time. He didn't Michael Jackson the shit or nothing like that. Bill Cosby was married, and it was well known that he was married the whole time since he's been famous, and he had a family. So for me, any woman that's agreeing to leave with this guy to a separate place, or to this club, or to a hotel, or a townhouse, you're kind of agreeing to do something further than, you know, like just hang out, right? Because you can hang out where you're at.
But did they agree to it, or did he just do it?
I'm not saying that.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
even going that far. I'm saying that you're agreeing to go somewhere alone with this person that you already know is married, that you already know, like, he wants something more here, but you're still going because it's Bill Cosby.
Mm-hmm.
In that situation, even when you get there and you have a drink with him, and it's nothing wrong with the first drink, right? He didn't get creepy yet. And you agree to take another drink. At what point, as a woman, like, where does your responsibility stop? To where you shouldn't have come here. You could leave if you feel like it's getting too weird and you don't want to have sex. At what point would you do that? Because me, I'm not going to wait until he starts fucking putting his hands on me to be like, no, I don't want to have sex, and I'm going to leave. If I feel like it's getting kind of weird, like, oh, I don't want to have another drink. We already were drinking at the club. He gave me one drink here. I don't know how I'm going to get home yet. I haven't established that, or I didn't come here by myself. I came here with him. At what point as a woman am I going to say, this is too much? Like, because I don't want to have sex. I feel like when things go a certain level, even if you don't say it, you're agreeing. Like, when you leave the club with a guy, even if you don't say it, you're kind of agreeing. And you would have to say no, like in the middle of sex, or when he's like trying to touch you or trying to feel on you. You have to say no then, right? So when are you going to say no? Like, where does your responsibility go? I don't want to put the blame on anyone yet. I just want to know, from a woman's perspective, where does the responsibility start for us? When do we have to be like, this is too far for me, I'm uncomfortable now?
I feel like, I'm sorry. I feel like different people are just different. Maybe some people don't know how to speak up and say, like, oh, like, I'm uncomfortable now. I know people like that. You know, that like they'll get into certain situations that do make them uncomfortable, but because they don't want to be rude, or they don't want to, like, you know, like rock the boat on something or make someone think something else. I don't know. They're just too in their head. Like, I think it's easy for somebody to say, like, you know, like, he just got weird at the end. Like, maybe they really did vibe. Maybe he seemed like a perfectly respectable prestige man. Oh, this is Dr. Huxtable, like, family man, this, that, and the third. Thinking of him as Dr. Huxtable, but in real life, he's just Bill Cosby. And he's just a nigga out here and wants something from you.
Yes.
You get what I mean? Like, I get that. Like, I get that you should, like, your instinct alert should go off. But maybe, you know, some people, sometimes I do it myself. I'd be like, that was kind of weird. I'm like, nah, like, I'm just tripping. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you shake shit off. And, like, I don't think it's just, like, black and white. Like, you should just know, like, danger, like, run away. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you're just like, nah, what am I talking about? That's Dr. Huxtable. That's so-and-so. Like, he's all right.
Yeah.
Or you think somebody's too whack to try something, like, no, you wouldn't try that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Maybe that was the mentality. I'm just saying there's always, like, a different, like, perspective in the matter. Like, it could have happened anyway, but apparently for over 30 women to come up and say that, like, he did the shit, like...
But it all happened the same way. And it's not like... I'm not saying that he's right for what he's doing at all. Please do not get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, how far do you gotta walk into the lion's den before you're like, okay, never mind, I'm not gonna do this? Like, one of the ladies, she had a relationship with Bill Cosby. He was paying her rent. Like, he had gotten her the apartment that she got. They had sex many times before, and they had broken up or something, and she went to see him at a club that he was performing at. They had, I don't know, some type of talk, like, interaction with each other.
I'm not trying to be weird, but, like, this would make a good biopic.
Oh, of course it would.
Like, I can't wait, to be honest.
But it would be so creepy.
I know it would be creepy. I know that's so weird to say that, but I'm just like, this sounds like some shit out of a movie, but continue.
Yeah, so this is her story. She was like, she goes to see him at this club, whatever he's performing at. They have some type of interaction. And he assaults her, like, sexually assaults her. And then he tells her, like, to leave, to get a cab. And again, I'm like, okay. I'm not saying that this is right, but this is a person that's paying for your life, basically. And you've had sex many times before. You're broken up. You're coming here. Why are you coming here? If you don't like this person is crazy, whatever. He's unstable. He's fucking, you don't want to be around him. And then this happens to you again. I'm not saying that it's your fault, but why did you go back again? The other lady, she was on the Cosby show before, and he assaulted her before that happened. So he sexually assaulted you. He let you be on the Cosby show because that's what he had promised you, whatever. You get on the show, and then when you go to talk to him about it, he gets off.
Wait, who on the Cosby show?
She played a lady that was pregnant. I can show you the pictures after this. And you guys can Google it too. She's in this documentary. She talks about it.
Did any of, like, the cast members say he was weird?
No, but Lisa Bonet did say that she was like, there was always a dark, shadowy energy around him. You know how she is. But everybody else is like, no way. No, it never happened. One of the guys, the guy that played Lisa Bonet's husband, I don't know his name. But he was also Raven-Symoné's dad. Anyways, he said that, it would always be ladies, like, coming and going from the set all the time, constantly. And that he never believed any of the allegations until the one lady that was on the show came out and said what happened to her. Because he was like, I remember that lady. I've seen her before. And she really doesn't have no reason to lie about that because I've seen her several times around the set.
Wow.
But even that lady. So, again, I'm not saying he's not a creep, but this lady, he's like her fake mentor or whatever. He's having her around for like months, almost a year. He invites her to Atlantic City at nighttime. Now, in this time when he's her mentor, he buys her a flat iron and a blow dryer and is like telling her how he wants her to wear her hair. What mentor tells you about that?
That's a little much.
Right. So right there, shouldn't, like we said, your alert going up. Like, why does he care about how my hair is if, you know, we're supposed to be. But okay, this is acting. This is Hollywood. Maybe you take it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like, that could have been critique.
Whatever. So she starts wearing her hair the way he wants her to. Later on, he invites her to Atlantic City or whatever. I think it's Trump's hotel. They go to it. He gives her the magic juice with the pills in it. She passes out. He sexually assaults her. She wakes up. She's, annoyed. She didn't want this to happen. Whatever. She goes home. Later on, she gets to be on the Cosby Show as a pregnant lady, as a patient. I don't know if she was in more than one episode, but I saw the one episode with her in it for research purposes. And then when she goes to address him about this, or maybe another role in the show, he's like, I told you, you're dead to me, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, you'll never work in Hollywood again, all this stuff. And she's irritated. So I'm like, you could have called the police back in Atlantic City. You could have told the police what happened to you. But after you took a job from this guy, can we still ask for justice?
I don't know. Yeah, no.
I'm going to flat out say that it's a no for me. Like, the ladies that actually fucked Harvey Weinstein and got into a movie or whatever, you can't come out now and say that he forced me and he pressured me to have sex with him, so I did it. And then I was in 5 movies. But I never wanted to. He made me. Because you could have not been in the fucking movies and you could have called the police, right?
I mean, I don't know, dude.
If you take something after the fact, it's totally different. Like when people are sexually assaulted, like Mrs. Ford with the Kavanaugh situation, and you repress it because of whatever. He has his career, you have your career, and it's totally separate. And you just never want to see the person again. So you want to let it die. Like, you don't want to bring it up. You want to move on from it. I understand that. I know plenty of people that do that. But when you take something from a person, isn't that kind of bartering for the justice that you want?
Did Harvey Weinstein rape those girls?
Some people, they say he assaulted them without their permission. Other people are like, oh, he jacked off in front of me. Oh, he grabbed me. He tried to make me get in the shower with him. He tried to make me give him a massage. He tried to make me let him massage me. Okay.
That's believable.
So, in those situations, if a person gets creepy with you, and instead of telling nobody, keeping it inside, moving on, never talking to the person again, or going to the police, you then go back to the creep who assaulted you and are like, okay, do this for me. Isn't that you traded your justice, right? To me, you traded your justice.
Not at all.
So you can take something from the person and still go to the...
I don't know. I just still don't feel like people ask for that.
No, I'm not saying that you asked for it, but I'm saying after it happened, somebody sexually assaulted you, you did not want it. Like, they invited you for, like, to read a script at a hotel or something, and you go because you didn't fucking know any better. You just want to be in the movie. You go to read the script. He sexually assaults you. You leave. You don't say anything. And then you, like, when you talk to him again, he's like, oh, yeah, you got the part. And you take it instead of calling the police or telling your family or just walking away and not telling anybody.
Maybe that's like someone's, I don't know, way of burying it. I'm just saying you don't know how people think. Like,
yeah, I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying after that, can we now go to the police and tell the police, like, he did this to me?
Yeah, if you feel justified in it, if you're just maybe you weren't processing the shit at the time, and like you get home, you're like, yo, this shit really happened to me. Like, it starts fucking with you, fucking with your head, like, and you just say, I want to get justice for this. Like, how, what's her face? She stayed quiet all these years and, didn't want to say anything about it. And even if it's 36 years later, she feels like this is the time to speak on it. She said she's terrified on the stand.
Yeah, because she doesn't have anything to gain. I don't think this lady wants to be famous. I don't think she's like going to be fucking writing a book like Omarosa out doing the shit. I think she really just feels like he should not be able to be on the Supreme Court.
And she's absolutely right in that manner. Yeah. Because, like I said, like, how are you going to be trying to kill Roe versus Wade? Like, how?
Especially when you're a fucking rapist.
It's that too, but I just, in general, like, I don't feel like a man should have any say so over what I choose to do with my body. Like,
yeah, I feel like there isn't enough female representation in the Senate or the Congress.
Why should old white men be making decisions about me and my body and what I choose to do with it?
Yeah, so that's why it always comes out like this, and it always seems weird because they are so out of touch and they have no idea what's going on. Like, for the average young person, even taking race out of it, the average millennial, as they call us, we don't even have money for a kid. Like, we got student loans, we're underemployed. What are we going to do with a kid? So maybe fix that and then worry about the other shit.
Yeah, dude. This is just such a weird occurrence. I mean, in some people's mind, I can see how they're like, oh, well, like, how convenient that someone's going to pop up, you know what I mean, to, like, throw this off, like, when he's getting ready to, like, get on that shit. Like, and...
But there's another lady. This other lady, I don't know her name, but she said that at a party in college when they were at Yale, he took his dick out while she was sitting on the couch, like in front of her, and was shaking it in her face, like so much so that she had to touch it to push him away from her face to get up and move away. And this lady didn't even come out by herself. Some people that were at the party, I guess, were emailing about it back and forth, and a journalist found out about it and kind of outed this lady, so she had to come forward and talk about it. And I'm like, so you're doing more than just creepy shit. You're a weirdo. You're a flat out weirdo. And I don't care that you were in college and people drink too much there at college and what they do. So you can't be on the Supreme Court then. Do a different job.
So my question is, did she actually say that he raped her? I think he said she thought he was going to rape her. That's what I heard.
From Christine Ford.
Yeah, she said, I thought he was going to rape me. And so I'm like, so what does sexual assault mean? Like, what's the real definition of it?
Let's see. Sexual assault, I think it has a very loose, meaning, especially here in California, because now there's no statute of limitation on rape. So at any time, if somebody raped you or sexually assaulted you, you can still take it to the police in California. So for Christine Blasey Ford, because that's where she lives, I feel like she's justified in this with Kavanaugh, because she's from here. She lives here.
Oh, she's from California?
Yeah.
Okay,
she's a professor here, so
for sure.
She lives here. Might not be from here, but she lives here now. She's a professor here, so she should be able to apply that law to it. Did it have to have happened in California? I don't know. But
that's tricky.
See. According to Wikipedia, sexual assault is an act which a person sexually touches another person without the person's consent or coerces, physically forces a person to engage in a sexual act against their will. It is a form of sexual violence that includes rape, vaginal, anal, oral, or drug facilitated. It's groping. So any molestation, any touching that you do not approve of is sexual assault by a person.
Well,
I feel like most men don't know that.
They're wild.
I feel like most men really don't know that, because I've been fucking groped in the club.
That's what I'm saying. Like, me too. Like, I feel like this shit happens to people all the time. Like, that unwanted interaction. Yes. You know what I mean? But, okay, in my mind, I always thought sexual assault meant rape.
I guess it's not limited to rape, but rape is number one.
Okay. So, if you're walking down the street and, a homeless dude pulls his dick out, then it's sexual assault. Yes, we were sexually
assaulted by that homeless man. That fucking masturbated in front of us.
So gross.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, is it bad for me to say, that I don't know why, this is still going on, because I know that they're not going to punish him. He's not going to have anything that actually happens to him from this.
That's how I felt when I was watching the videos. He's not going to go to jail.
So, why put on, the trial of the century? Hopefully she does get her justice. I just doubt she will. Because
the same thing happened before I was born in 1991 to Anita Hill when Clarence Thomas was trying to get elected to the Supreme Court. She came forth and said that when she worked for him, he was fucking sexually inappropriate with her all the time, sexual harassment on 100,000, asking her if she watched porn, always asking her on dates even though he was married, all types of shit. And he still got confirmed.
That's ridiculous.
But I thought at least this time, because it was a white lady, maybe they would take her more seriously.
Because she was the one accusing?
Yeah. With Anita Hill, they were just the other people are basically hating on him. They just don't want him to get elected. And this lady is just coming out of nowhere with this story. Blah, blah, blah. The same way they're kind of trying to paint Christine she's being paid or whatever. Just then she came out and said, no, she's not anybody's pawn. She's not being paid by anybody. She just feels like this is wrong. He should not be able to have this job.
And I commend her for that. I would never be that brave. Ever, ever, ever. You know what I mean? To stand in front of, the entire country. Shit, maybe even the world.
Yeah, hell yeah, the world.
And, say this shit. That is extremely brave. Because, number one, now everyone's going to have something to say about you, your husband, your kids. They're under scrutiny, which she said. I'm terrified to be up here because I was trying to contemplate in my mind, if I wanted to, put my family, in the public eye like this and what had happened to me. But she's it's just something that I felt like I had to do.
Yes, and that's why I don't feel like people are taking it seriously as they should, because we're so used to like living in America. Everything is so scandal driven and like tabloids, and you just try to smear another person, like Donald Trump, like the ultimate fucking troll. He trolled Obama every day and now he's the president. So people are just used to writing things off as just shit talking. But when somebody comes and they're being very genuine and they're trying to like basically plead for you to listen and hear them out and take them seriously, it's like, oh, they're just like everybody else. They're just bullshitting. Like they want to be famous, or they just want, and it's like, no, everybody's not like that. Everybody doesn't want that. And this is not the way to get that either. And it really sucks, because I think a lot of times even women get kind of caught into that, and we don't take people seriously because everybody else doesn't. So then it just makes it harder and harder for people to want to talk about it, because you feel like nobody's going to take you seriously. Okay, but like back to Cosby, do you really think 3 to 10 years for somebody that old is like fair or okay? Do you think it would have been better to give him that same amount of time, but like house arrest? Because he's already been publicly shamed and humiliated, right? Like his show is taken off TV. We all know he's a creep now. Like nobody respects him. They took away all his little fake accolades. Like he's 80. Just make him stay in the house. House arrest. Can't go nowhere.
No, because you did the shit.
Okay.
You did it. There's old people that got life in prison.
That's true.
So, yeah. If you did it, you did it, bro. Because if the rest of us do a crime, we got to go to jail like everybody else.
That's true.
What makes you special? Because you're a celebrity and you were Dr. Huxtable? People need, like, I was listening to Amanda Seales on her Instagram, and she was just like, people really need to, like, let go of that fake fatherhood figure.
Yeah.
That was a character, like, that you're attached to. Like, let that shit go and realize what the fuck he did.
He's a creep. I just feel like, no, I think that what he did was creepy, and I'm totally fine with separating it, because like I love Seventh Heaven, and the dad from Seventh Heaven fucking is a child molester.
He looked like one. Let's be honest.
And he admitted it. But I'm just like, I don't get how certain people get harsher punishment than others, and specifically like black people. So like Trump has 19 accusers, and he's the president. People said that he walked backstage in the dressing room during Miss America contest and like peeped on the girls and all types of shit. But he's, you know, he's walking out among us, Bret Kavanaugh now, on the grill in front of the whole country about the shit that he was doing when he was underage. And they're not even saying that he didn't do it, which is frustrating to me. They're saying, should we really all be judged by what we do when we're in high school? Like, if we're a rapist, maybe so. If you're a murderer, yes.
Yep.
If you kill people when you're 18, chances are you're going to kill people when you're 20-something.
He's like, didn't we all do silly things in high school? Like,
I did, but I never raped nobody.
never raped anybody.
The standards got super low for that. What the fuck?
Like, there's people that even, like, kill themselves from situations like that. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, that's not some shit to be, like, taken lightly.
But just, that's a serious crime. And when committed by other people, like, for instance, what's that guy's name? Brock, who was raping that girl outside at Stanford, the swimmer guy.
What?
And he didn't go to jail because they were like, it would damage his young life too much and blah, blah, blah. His future has already been derailed. He's not going to be able to swim in the Olympics anymore. And it's just like, he was raping a girl while she was asleep outside on the ground. And he's not in jail. But we're putting 80-year-old Bill Cosby in jail because he's famous and we all know him. Like, it just seems weird. Why don't we apply justice the same for certain crimes? Like,
I feel like this is like a OJ trial type situation in a way. I know that sounds weird to make that comparison. Like, I'm not comparing the OJ trial to this Kavanaugh trial or whatever, or even Bill Cosby or whatever. Just in like the simple fact, like, what were you saying just before?
Like, they don't apply justice the same. So like, one person that did the same crime.
The reason black people cheered when OJ won is because, like, finally, like, you know, he got away with the shit like how they get away with the shit all the fucking time. Like, that was like the
like the little conundrum
I was trying to make.
Yeah. But I feel like the same thing is happening here, and it's like, okay, Harvey Weinstein accused of the same type of shit, and he's out on bail, $2 million. Donald Trump, 19 accusers, Oval Office. fucking Matt Lauer, all these other people. What's the other guy from the radio? Bill O'Reilly. Like, these people paid off their accusers. And they're free and they're walking around. Woody Allen is married to his fucking former stepdaughter. Like, him and his wife adopted these kids, little Asian kids. And he divorced the wife and married the Asian daughter. And he's out, like, nobody says anything. No, that's not weird to anybody. Why isn't justice applied the same? I don't get it. And now, like, with Kavanaugh, just because this lady is accusing him, to me, he should be out. Like, no,
but the fact that he's still in it.
But the fact that people are there defending him.
Listen.
Could you imagine if Obama was accused of some shit?
If they really put him there, I think there is going to be a real riot that goes down in this country. Like, I feel like we're already, like, on edge about everything that's been going on. We have Donald Trump as our president. You know what I mean? Like...
You think that would just be a stroke too far?
Yeah, like, because, he already won the presidency, and now this nigga's going into the Supreme Court, which is a role you hold till you die, yes. Apparently, which is still blows my mind, because that reminds me of, like, a monarchy or some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Blood in, blood out.
Yeah, what?
I was talking to my dad recently, and my dad lives in Africa. He's been living there for, like, 7-8 years, and he told me that back in the 80s or whatever with Roe versus Wade, he was like, white girls were like blowing shit up, they were protesting, they were like storming into court and all of this stuff. He was like, so they're not gonna go away easily. It'll be the same thing but worse if it happened again. Mm-hmm. And I believe him, because could you imagine, like, that means guys just get away scot-free with everything that they do. So you can clearly you can get away with sexually assaulting me and doing whatever and still, like, have a bright future.
Did you see the courthouse? How it's just, like, old, like, white men and, like, the crowd?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, so why is there no diversity here? Like, why don't we see people of other cultures? Why don't we see more women? Like you said, we're very, like, underrepresented, like,
yeah,
on that platform. It just sucks because they're just like, well, this is how shit's been forever, and it's going to stay like this forever. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, like, we can just keep shit the way that it is.
We need more women and more people of color to run for Senate. And I guess that would just be a matter of putting money behind people, because I'm sure there are a bunch of politicians out there that are already trying to do something like that, but they just don't have the resources, because that kind of stuff takes a lot of money. But I think it would just be, like, organization. We got Kamala Harris. I think she was the first black lady for California. For Senate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but...
Who's our congressman?
I don't know for over here, but for the old place I used to live in, LA, is Maxine Waters' district.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there are websites. One of them is house.gov, and you can type in your zip code and you can find out who your local representatives are and, like, how to complain to them. I suggest the internet, since Donald Trump has a Twitter. Everybody else has one too.
Listen, I think that Twitter is the easiest way to complain about something.
It is. I love it.
Like, complain, like, if I want an immediate response from a company, like, if someone didn't ship my order, got lost or whatever, like, or I'm just like displeased with the service, I'm like, I was treated very rude at this store today, and tweet. Like, and then they get back to me in, like, 2 seconds.
They DM me like, please delete that tweet. How can we handle this? I've complained about UPS, everything. They get right to you. Mm-hmm. Like, please stop this slander. This is terrible branding.
Right? But
that's what we need to do to complain about Kavanaugh.
And you can register to vote online now too, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we don't have to drive up to the post office. Everybody has working hands, you know? We should all be able to drop a vote into the bin.
I was so irritated last time I went to vote. Like, I went into this shabby little school gym, and it was all these old ladies sitting at photo tables, and it was just like a little cardboard thing, and they were like, go vote over there. I was like, I couldn't have done this from home.
Do you think that young people would go out to vote more if we made it, like, more of, like, a fun atmosphere?
Like, have something free, like refreshments.
Yeah, like or just like, or like have cute girls instead of those old ladies sitting at the table. Like, you know,
like a weed shop.
Huh?
Like the weed shop has, basically they just have hot girls in there.
Yeah, like have girls sitting there and then just like, okay, that's gonna draw on all like the young men or whatever.
Yeah.
But like make it like a social type of thing, not like voting serious. You need to be able to focus and vote and all that stuff too. But like,
but no, it's
less
really not.
stiff.
It's really not, because I'm 25 now. I've gotten to vote like 2 times. And you just fucking go into this, like I said, this shabby ass school gym or church lobby or something, and it's these old ladies there, and you go into a little cardboard thing and you mark the little voting card that they give you. Most of the time you didn't pay attention to the other shit that's actually out available to vote for. Like I came to vote for one person. Maybe 2, because sometimes I know about local government now.
I don't know who you are.
But I never know about the props. I never know about the props. I'll be real, because it's just like, I just remember the commercials. Like, okay, that commercial sounded bad. Like, I don't know, on prop 5. Like, fuck. I don't want to fuck with y'all. Like, I don't want to ruin it. Either way, I don't want to vote yes or no. That's not what I need to do. Yeah, so I just get overwhelmed and I end up not voting on none of the props, and I vote for the fucking 2 people like I came for. And I leave.
Last time, didn't we have a chance to vote for Kamala Harris?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, like I checked her name off. Like, really?
Yeah.
Like I was like, I don't really know.
That's what I'm saying. If I don't get good advertising, I don't know what's going on. And I just leave it blank because I don't want to fuck it up for anybody.
Exactly.
But if they had like a barbecue or something, you know, maybe a jumper for people that got kids, and we can come to like the park and vote.
Yeah, and then, you know, you can get yourself, like, you know, some ribs and some beans or whatever on the way out the park. Like a little, you know.
Something. And
yeah,
maybe I
an
wouldn't trip
incentive.
Yes, I wouldn't trip about being in the line. Maybe in the morning y'all can have donuts. You can have coffee.
Besides an I voted sticker. Come on,
I don't want that fucking sticker, because then people are like, oh my God, who did you vote for? Like, I don't want to talk about that with you.
Mm-hmm. Be like, you know what? After you vote, you can get a free ticket to the block party down the street.
Boom.
Like,
or after you vote,
wheel.
you get this discount card for McDonald's or wherever the fuck you like to eat. I don't know.
Yeah, here's a free pizza coupon.
Because you voted. Thank you. Voting sponsored by Domino's Pizza.
Exactly.
Y'all don't have shit. Y'all don't give away nothing.
Slipping, you could turn this into a full business arrangement.
Look. If I can come vote and I get some free Wi-Fi or something, y'all already spying on me, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm standing in this long line, like, you know, honestly,
have
like
performances. I don't know.
Like, I'll be real, and it's gonna sound bad. So I did vote in the presidential election. I did, but I almost didn't, because I was like, fuck, like the voting house is far, and it's gonna be traffic. Like, I can't get out until this time to be over there to, you know, do it or whatever. And I'm like, no, you have to fucking go. Like, and then I was with my friend, and they were like, yeah, you have to go. I'm judging you. You have to go. And I was like, all right. So I drove far to the thing to vote. But, yeah, dude, like, it would just, I think it'd be better, point blank period, if we could just, like, you know, revamp it, redecorate, and make it an enjoyable occasion.
Yes.
Even if the other person is going to go vote for the idiot.
Like, at least we can bond. We can eat out here. We can be cool like we all Americans before the shit goes down.
Oh, yeah.
At least we can break bread.
It's just too little too late.
Oh, did you see the UN speech? Trump legit getting laughed at up there.
We're the laughing stock of the world, bro.
He was just like, you know, America, we would just like to help you all understand that, you know, you need to fix the problems in your country, make it a good home country. Basically, what he's trying to say is like, I need you guys to fix your problems so your people stop trying to immigrate to my country. We want people that look like my wife.
That's what he said?
In less than so many words, that's what he was saying. Like, he was like, I need the other countries to build up their infrastructure and fix their home situations because, like, America, we can't handle it. And I'm just like, people are laughing. Like, that goes against all the American marketing. Give us you're tired, you're weak, you're sick. Like, just turn the Statue of Liberty upside down, because we don't want none of you motherfuckers no more. America's closed. We at capacity. We don't got jobs for the people we already got. And we need y'all to stay where y'all at.
Low key, though. I'm not even trying to sound fucked up, but everything that you just said. All right.
That's basically what he was saying.
I mean,
and people were dying laughing.
Did he lie?
He didn't lie, but it was just funny to see him standing up there saying that.
Like, okay, because I was just like, I mean, I didn't hear any, like, false statements from that sentence that you last just gave us.
Yeah. But it's just, it goes against everything that America puts out to the rest of the world.
Shit, I for damn sure know California's at capacity.
Oh, yes, the traffic.
LA in particular, like there's so much traffic out here. We have no more space.
And they keep building up. And it's like, no, we don't need these extra people. We don't have no more freeway down here.
Yeah. Are the freeways going to go up too? Are we going to be driving down little circular pathways? Are we just going to turn to the Jetsons and start flying through the... the downtown Los Angeles.
Y'all have not done shit for the 405, the 605, and y'all bringing all these new people here.
Just saying. I know everybody wants to be an actor and everybody has a dream, but shit.
Y'all gonna have to do that from home.
Can you make it on YouTube first before you move out here? Because we are done. I'm going to need you to stay your ass in New York. I'm going to need you to stay your ass in Delaware, Atlanta, all those places. Stay.
And just come here when you're ready to
it's
be a star.
It's expensive. You don't want to be here. It's so hard. Expensive.
It's too hard.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. We got people bunking up now. People got to have multiple roommates. And that's fucking with the traffic too. Because it's not just 1 or 2 people in the house no more. It's 5 or 6. And they all got cars. And they all got places to go. It took me 32 minutes to get 8 miles earlier.
Girl, like, just stop coming. Don't move to LA. That's the point I'm trying to make here. I don't know about the rest of the states or the rest of the country. Like, we are about accepting other people and stuff like that. I'm just saying statewide people, like here in California, you people from other states, stay where the fuck you're at.
Stay where you are.
Yeah. I can understand there's shit that's wrong in other countries and that's why people come here and shit like that. Yeah. And immigrate here or whatever. Like, nobody wants to be separated from their family. That's just fucked up.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm just saying, stay in Texas, people. Stay in fucking Massachusetts.
Ohio.
All the other 50 states, stay.
Because you could be famous where you at. You could just get a Netflix show. You don't got to come to Hollywood.
You don't.
Y'all making the rent high.
Atlanta's really popping right now for the film industry. Right. Go down there, go in a Tyler Perry movie or something.
Oh, Tyler Perry. Just giving out jobs. Just put something good on Instagram.
Go to New York. Go try the opposite side
People
of things.
People can't go to New York because it's already so expensive. People from New York moving here. That's part of our problem.
And stop. Man. You need to stop.
We can't afford for y'all to come. Every time y'all come, the rent gets higher.
Exactly.
Please.
Listen. Native Californian here. I think at this point, like, I've earned the right to stay here as long as I want to.
And I don't want to be priced out by you rich fucks.
Exactly.
Coming here because of the weather and all of that.
Oh, the beach. Da, 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 da.
No, just come visit. You got money.
Exactly. Why not Miami? Go somewhere else. Stop it. But anywho, back to Donnie. I can't believe he said what he said.
It's just...
Every time I get a fucking CNN alert, it's some shit that this nigga did or said.
Every time on my phone, if I swipe that way on my phone, it's just all stories with him.
Donald Trump says this. Donald Trump says that. Like, I am so sick and tired of him.
I just want him to go away. And then the new news is the FBI contacts second woman who has accused Bret of sexual misconduct. And it's like, why do we got to keep on digging this up? This man is a creep, okay? He sexually assaults people. Like, he's out. He's out the race. Find another person. If these ladies want to file charges independently against him, go ahead. But do we have to keep doing this on TV with him? Like,
I mean, it's entertainment for the public.
Oh, the worst kind of entertainment.
I know it sounds fucked up, but so was the OJ trial.
It was.
That shit was on in Times Square. I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This shit probably is too. Kavanaugh lying like a motherfucker. I don't drink beer. I mean, I like beer. I still like beer.
So you just lied. You just committed perjury. Right?
I never drank too much. Like, how do you know how much you drank or not? Just like, how did she know it was you that actually assaulted her? How do you know how much beer you had to drink that night?
And then he's like, her own friend said that she didn't know me and she had never seen me at said party, which never happened because I had football practice at this particular time and it was football season training camp. Why would I have time to be at a party? The same way every other football player in high school had time to go to a party.
I was going to say you a jock. You guys throw the party.
What?
It's not a party if you guys don't come.
What? That didn't even make sense in my mind. Like, yeah, football training camp was over the summer and blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm pretty sure I still went to parties in the summertime and there were football players there.
Probably wearing their football jersey and jeans.
You know?
Being a jock.
Like,
doing jock shit. Like she said about you. Weirdo jock shit.
Yeah, anywho, it just all his reasons as to why he couldn't have done it all sounded preposterous.
And then
me.
I saw the Fox interview where he was like, it couldn't have happened because he was a virgin in college. And I'm just like, sir. So that could be any man's defense for whether or not he raped a woman. It's like, Your Honor, that couldn't have happened at that time because I was a virgin.
He was a virgin in college?
That's what he said. He was like,
I
was a virgin.
I'll just put it this way. How can you truly tell that a man is a said virgin?
That's what I want to know. Like, couldn't that be any man's defense for why he didn't rape a woman? Like, Your Honor, I'm a virgin, so that couldn't have happened.
Right.
As long as you don't have children.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way to know. Like, a penis is still a penis. Like, when a woman loses her virginity, like, our hymen is torn, and there's a way that you can check to see, like...
How do you check a dick to see
yeah.
if it's ever ejaculated?
Any nigga could you could be sitting here with any nigga like, yeah, I'm a virgin. Oh, so you ain't never fucked before? Oh, okay.
You would have to take his word for it. There's no medical way to tell.
And what man is going to admit he's a virgin? That's my next point.
Until college. He said well into college.
What man... I don't know.
That was a jock in high school that went to an all-boys school. Who would say that he was a virgin?
No, because you're going to try... Your goal is to get some.
All the time.
Yeah, so why would you say you're a virgin? I mean, unless that was your game to get some. Oh, I've never done it before. I would like to do it with you for the first time. Like... No.
Oh, God. That could be a play.
Right? Never mind. Y'all be saying anything. I don't put anything past y'all.
That's why I get so Oh, I think this is really special. I would really like it to be you.
I thought it was really both of our first times.
Now he's got you feeling away because you're like, well, maybe. I mean, I guess if it's going to be special to you, maybe I should. I don't want to hurt your feelings. You are a virgin.
Oh my God.
He was a fucking liar. He was not a virgin. His wife is sitting next to him trying everything not to roll her eyes.
That's my thing too. Like, do the women in these situations, like, do they deep down inside, like, believe the woman? And they just want to believe their husband? Or do they completely believe the woman, but they're just like, well, we have kids and house and life together, so I have to stand by you. We're married.
It might be both of those things. Like, because they could really believe her and be like, this nigga ain't shit. Like, he's sitting here lying to all these people. Mm-hmm. I know he's a creep because he's done some creepy shit around me too. But like you said, we have kids, we got a family, we got a mortgage, all this shit. So I'm not about to... Because if he goes down, I go down, essentially. So we're not doing that.
Like, I have children to be here for. Yeah. Like, and now people at school are going to know the situation and this, that, and the third.
Money-wise, I'm tied to this ship. So
right.
I can't just let it go down.
Like, I have to keep this household together.
Some ladies divorce the guy when he gets hot. They're like, look, I'm out. He a liar.
Because Hillary, like... Okay, I think that's a business arrangement.
For sure.
Hillary and Bill.
No, it doesn't even seem like any type of chemistry. And Bill be ready to hop on everything that walks past his glance.
Like on Scandal. Like, I honestly thought that was a subliminal about Hillary and Bill.
Probably.
Because he's cheating with this other girl the whole time.
The whole time, and she knows. And she's not even doing anything. She don't even care. Mm-hmm. That's probably Hillary.
And then the scandal had gotten out to the public and like they were trying to cover it up and all this other stuff and like blamed it on the intern. And I was like, this is such is it the word allusion when you make a reference to something like,
I don't know.
That like actually happened. Okay, I have to look up the definition, whatever.
But yeah, that is very strange. I never thought about it that way, but I believe
I'm telling you, these political shows be telling the truth on the low.
Yeah.
Like, there's no doubt in my mind that, like, in House of Cards, like, that something like that has happened before.
For sure. And like he's gay or bi or whatever.
Right. I'm like, that shit, I think it's real. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't say no.
I know what I'm doing for the rest of my day. That sounds good. I could just really watch House of Cards.
He's a creep too. That's why they kicked him off the show.
Yes, he looked like one on the show. And the crazy part is he was fucking the little reporter girl that was like 18 years old
and then he
pushed her in the
train, pushed her in front
of the fucking
he
train.
Off her quick. Spoiler alert.
His fucking trench coat and sunglasses and I was like, oh, that shit is fucking good.
That was the most shocking shit I ever seen on TV.
To be honest with you, though, I'm not even going to lie to you. I was just upset. I'm like, you couldn't let him finish House of Cards first. You just couldn't let us know how it all ended. I see y'all.
You had to wait until now.
And you can't continue the show without him. It's done now. You can't just throw a replacement actor in there.
No, it's like I saw the preview and she's like standing over his grave.
You can't Aunt Viv him.
You can get a new person.
You know.
No, you can't get a new Frank Underwood. He's done too much shit. Yeah. Now it's just going to be the wife.
Huh?
Now it's just going to be the wife. I saw the preview for the new season.
They're coming out with one?
Yeah, she was like standing over the grave like, well, Frank, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know how good that's going to be.
I don't know either, but...
But she was pretty dirty herself.
Yeah,
she was evil.
She was fucking the artist guy, and then she was doing her thing.
Like, I was like, are all of those political relationships, like, arranged? You know, are they business arrangements?
Okay, this is going to sound very heartless and mean, but I feel like as I get older, I'm starting to feel like most marriages and most relationships are like that because they kind of have to be. How can you be with the same person for, time immemorial, like until you guys die, and never some like weird shit goes down or somebody does something or somebody's into some other type of shit? Something has to happen. And the people that aren't with it, they get divorced. That's why we got a high divorce rate. And the people that are, they just like, okay, I see you over there doing that. I'm over here doing me. I feel like in the black community, we do not have that strength. We'd be like, fuck this nigga, I don't need that shit. I'm not about to take this from nobody.
Right.
And we get out of there.
Yeah, true.
Other people, I feel like they stick and stay.
That's terrible.
Unless, how could people be married for 50 years, 40 years?
I don't know. I really think that some people are just really like in love.
Sure, I'm not saying you're not in love, but shit happens still. That means you're not in love.
I don't know, but like the political shit, I'm just like, I don't know.
You feel like it's super, like, more arranged, like they didn't even fall in love to
They
begin
did the same
with.
shit on Scandal. They're just like, okay, now make sure you smile, act like a family, da-da-da-da-da. Like, because you have to sell this to the rest of the world, like that y'all like each other. But, like, in the house, like, there's other fucked up shit going on. Like, how they say, like, presidents' kids usually come out, like, fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, George Bush, didn't he have the twins?
Yeah, they were trying to buy weed.
Yeah, and they were always partying and drinking and all that shit. Like, I think the Obamas were okay, though. I think they're doing fine.
Yeah, she only went to one concert and got caught smoking weed. No big deal.
Oh, well. Your dad smoked weed once upon a time.
And you were at a concert. And somebody passed it to you. It's not like it was your weed.
And leave her alone. So what if she wants to smoke a little weed? Right. She had to deal with the world looking at her, calling her a monkey and shit, like, for all that time.
Talking about her family every day.
If I was her, though, I would have went to Howard or something.
She went to Harvard.
I mean, that looks great. Don't get me wrong. That looks amazing that she went Ivy League. But I was like, I don't know, just after being in that White House for like 4 years, I would have been like, okay, like, where's the niggas at? Like, I want to be around some black people.
Oh, they probably never were to begin with. That's why.
Oh, true.
It probably would have been super out of place. It felt weird.
Oh, yeah, that's a true statement.
Yeah. Why not go to Harvard? She has a white boyfriend now. They'll be walking around Paris together.
I really want her to be with, like, a cute, like, intelligent little black boy.
Right? Try to do this right. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, if she's in love, she's in love. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like...
Yeah. No, I agree. I would love to see. Maybe we'll have hope for Sasha.
Yeah, okay, Sash. Bring it home, girl.
Bring it home. I don't know, guys.
We live in a strange time.
We really do.
I think we're going to wrap it up at this point.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with this guy, man. Fingers crossed that they just kick him out and we don't got to hear about nobody else he fucked.
Please vote on, what's the date?
It's coming up. It may be different where you live.
Oh, it's different for each region.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But just the Americans out there, get on your phone. Like I said, house.gov. Find out who your local representatives are. It'll tell you everything. If you're in other countries, just pay attention to your political situation.
Yeah, just bust out the popcorn and watch the rest of the circus that's going on here in America.
On the final season of America.
Like, I was really thinking about this shit, dude, and I'm like, we are basically a reality show for the world right now.
Yes.
Like, this is Love and Hip Hop America. It is.
Yes. Who's going to host the reunion show?
Maybe Ryan Seacrest.
He is like America's face, like The Voice.
Yeah, I could see him being on the reunion show.
That's hilarious.
And this is going to be like, oh yeah, here's a recap of everything that's happened in America.
So don't. How do you feel about this?
Right.
Back to you.
Over the past 4 years, we have George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Donald Trump. Boo. You know what
right?
I mean?
Yeah, the crowd.
In the pop culture division, we have Cardi B.
Oh, God, the performances.
Yeah, you know, Nicki Minaj. Like, all the people that were trending the most in 2000, whatever, the last 4 years. Like, and then on this stage, we have the police officers that are still walking free after shooting down innocent citizens.
Ooh, the black people. They should bring back Celebrity Deathmatch and let Barack Obama fight Donald Trump. I would pay to see that. I'm sure a lot of other people would pay too.
Bro, they should put on a real life Hunger Games. I'm just saying. Like, all the people that, like, deserve to be in that shit, like, all the fucked up people, like, yeah, like, only one of you.
Only one of you can live.
Is gonna survive this shit. So if you can really get to a point where you...
May the odds be ever in your favor.
And then the next year you could have a chance of being put into it again like Katniss. I'm just saying. It's time to step it up, America.
At my job, I'm always talking about the purge, like, because houses are so expensive in California. I'm like, I don't know who I'm going to kill to get $500,000 for a house, but maybe if we start the purge, I can come up on that in one night. Because I got a desk job, okay?
Oh, my God.
$500,000 ain't about to come easy.
Right?
At this desk.
No, bro. Not at all. Okay, well, you guys just send us in your thoughts. We're not judging whichever opinion or side that you fall on, but do you think that Mr. Bret, do you think Mr. Kavanaugh is innocent? Do you think he's guilty? Do you think this girl made up what she's saying, or do you think she's telling the truth? How do you feel about Bill Cosby? Just send us your thoughts in a DM to SoSheSaid Show on Instagram. And even if you want to just hit us on our own Instagram handles individually and tell us what you think, that's cool too. You can find us at Astrology. It's complicated as fuck, but just think astrology, but Asha with an extra J and low G. And then
and Tam, not Tammy.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye.